Hey guys, I wanted to share my homeschool schedule for the year with you as well as let you see my school closet. If you're new to my channel, my name is Alana and my channel is all about marriage, homemaking, healthy living, and homeschooling, so please subscribe. So it's getting closer and closer to the new school year. Our first official day is 1 week from tomorrow, so I've been trying to finish up the last minute things I've got to do. Like I shared in my homeschool prep part 3 video, the last thing I've got to do is go to the library. I already registered the kids, ordered my Matthew C. Beta workbook, and so now literally I'm down to needing to make a trip to the library, which I'm either going tomorrow or Wednesday, just because I want it to be a fun thing, not a rushed thing. So whichever day the schedule or the activities are lighter on, I'm gonna go that day and just spend some time there. Last night, just like this in my bed, I took some time to write out our schedule for the year, and nothing is definite because I've got to see how it feels, but basically there are like 9 daily subjects. So my 9 daily subjects are Bible memorization, poetry memorization and reading poetry, copy work, math, phonics, recitation, and Spanish. And I'm going to alternate days with the copy work and penmanship and with the phonics and free reading, just so that we do both, but not both every day and not the same thing every day. And I estimate that will take about an hour and a half each morning. And then in the afternoons, so this is what we do. We get up, we have breakfast, and right after breakfast, well, during breakfast we read the word, and right after breakfast we get dressed, brush our teeth, clean up, and then we go back to the table and do those 9 subjects, okay? Then we take a break while I get lunch ready, we all have lunch, and then we reunite to do the afternoon subjects. So Monday's afternoon subjects will be history, which will include the timeline and maps, as well as guitar. Last year, I only did history 1 day a week, and it was fine, but it was like the heavy day of the week. We read like 2 to 3 hours just for history. So this year, we're going to do history Mondays and Wednesday. And then Tuesday will be geography. We have some books to read with that, plus our maps and art study and some literature. Same thing with literature. Last year, we only did literature once a week. This year, we're doing it Tuesday and Wednesday. So then Wednesday is composer study, history, and literature. And then Thursday is going to be nature study and a craft. And then Friday is our co-op day. So we'll be doing field trips, meeting with our co-op that day. And then if there's any reading that we need to catch up on, we'll catch up on that Friday. So that's what I've come up with for this year. And I'm hoping that I don't have to tweak it, but if I do, I'm fine, I will. I anticipate about an hour to an hour and a half each day in the afternoon. So our school day will probably be 2.5 to 3 hours a day. And then, of course, there's life lessons. My kids participate in our businesses. They participate in the housework. They participate in helping the home run by setting the table, clearing the table, having their own assigned chores, caring for the animals, helping me cook. All of those things are good life lessons, which are not really school, but they're still preparing them for life. So let's check out my homeschool closet. So we will start at the top. I've got a bunch of popsicle sticks, a bag filled with Play-Doh toys and Play-Doh. These are their cute little suitcases for our Around the World co-op last year. I'm not sure we'll need them this year, so I'm keeping them just in case. And we've got some brain games, a marble run, a stamp set, and snap circuits, as well as those little beads that you like iron onto and create a little shape, whatever you want, creature or design. Then on my second shelf, a bunch of art stuff. I've got finger paints, brushes, watercolors, scissors, glue, hole punchers, random art things. I've got a big thing of crayons, some sharpeners, color pencils, and then we've got this telling time dry erase sheet, which is so convenient for practicing time. Then back here we've got a bunch of stickers that I saved just for like decorating birthday cards or any kinds of cards that they gift to friends and family, and a bunch of construction paper. Here I've got an empty pencil box just for pencils in case I need it. This is a huge US map and flashcards of all the states, and I love playing this game with them. We'll get the big map, we'll lay it out in the living room, and then I'll give them each different flashcards, and they have to find the state and put the flashcard on top of the state once they find it, and then we learn about the flower and the bird of that state. So that's pretty cool, and the capital is listed there as well. And then I have a US puzzle, which is really fun as well. So this is obviously geography stuff, art stuff. Then down here I've got a few books. I've never used this one, but I'm hoping that it'll come in handy for some experiments in the future. I've got our handwriting tablets, my Alpha Matthew C book just in case we need it, some Hooked on Phonics materials, my Beta teacher manual, my Beta workbook is in the mail, and I've got some Spanish curriculum booklets and the Story of the World, which I've never used this either, but we're reading it and I thought I would flip through it this year and see if we can do any of the lessons. Then in here I've got some of the hundreds Matthew C blocks as well as play money. I love doing play money for math, so all the coins and bills. I think it goes up to 100, hundreds, 50s, 20s, 5s, 10s, 1s. Then this is our stack of timeline cards, and then all of our notebooks. We've got our sketch pads in there, some clipboards, and then their notebooks with dividers for each subject. The rest of my Matthew C blocks, and this is a basket filled with flashcards. We've got subtraction, addition, multiplication, sight words, and I think that's it in there. And then down here we've got our American flag for co-op, and then the big whiteboard that I showed you that I bought, as well as the sticker, the markers, some dog food, some Lincoln logs are in here, and that's pretty much it. I keep it this organized because I say no to a lot of things. I get offered a lot of things, but I don't need anything else. So I say no so that I won't find myself with an overwhelming amount of things that I'm probably not going to use. And so far, we've used all of this with the exception of those 2 books. So I feel good about how we're starting off the year. And then on one wall of this room, we've got our 2 maps, which we utilize all the time when we're reading. We'll run over here and just look at mainly the world map, because usually we're reading stories from all over the world. So we'll see, like when we were talking about the Vikings, they went from Norway to Iceland to Greenland down to, I think, around here. So it's just really fun to have the maps to go along with all of our reading. And then my husband's gonna put up a wooden strip with tacks for my timeline cards. This is it, but he's kind of taken over this area with his coffee business, so that will be moving here. I hope you enjoyed this video. I would love to hear about your homeschool schedule and about what cool things you have in your homeschool closet that are must-haves that you just love, and what you liked about mine. Have a great night.